The holidays can bring about the longing of lost loved ones, and the desire to still have them here with us can be overwhelming at times. So I decided to tell this story to honor my mom and dad, Jesse and Vernester Hargrove Powell, who, if they were still here, would probably be watching a great movie and commenting all the way through it while I sat and commented and laughed with them. So back in the day, many children were not allowed to engage in adult conversations. I don't care if they were talking about 2 turnip green leaves that didn't look the same and an apple that fell off a tree across at Miss May's backyard. As a child, your opinion nor was your observation welcomed in the adult conversation. Although I wasn't able to engage in general adult conversation, I was, however, allowed to engage in conversation with my parents when we watched TV. So one particular evening, I want to say it was a holiday, my mom had cooked a huge meal and the family was over. And after the meal, her, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, who has since then passed away as well, and 2 older adult cousins sat at the table chit-chatting. Me and my cousin LaWanda, who has also passed on, we were sitting on the floor in front of the TV with our legs crossed, watching a movie. We were ready. We were watching this movie and very engaged. So during the progression of the movie, the adults were talking amongst themselves at the table behind us about real life situations, as well as commenting on the movie periodically. So they were going in and out, right? I didn't know that the freedom my mom and dad had gave me was some type of special permit and that it could only be used when it was just me and them. I mean, I didn't know that. Nobody ever discussed the terms and conditions with me. Anywho, a scene came up in the movie where the entire family in this particular scene had died of some type of disease. I didn't know that the adults behind me, they had shifted their conversation to real life stuff. So they were talking about real life situations. So one of my adult cousins at the table yells out, "Lord, who done died now?" And so I think they're talking about the people on the TV. So I say, "Don't you know the whole family dead?" And child, the gasp that filled that room was like that scene from Color Purple when Celie finally told Mr. a thing or two. Yep, all like that, all them facial expressions, all that stuff. So anyway, my mom shouted, "Lisa, why in the world would you say something like that?" And so I'm still tunnel vision looking at the TV, and I said, "Because it's true. They all dead up in their house, mama." Needless to say, my dad didn't waste time snatching me up off the floor and whooping my behind. Now later that evening, my mom came into the room to console me, and she sat on my bed and she said, "I love you, baby. Do you know why you got a whooping?" I said, "No, mama, I don't know." She said, well, you said all your auntie's family was dead in the house, and that was not nice. And you got to go and tell her you sorry." So I said, "Mama, I wasn't talking about auntie's family. I was talking about the family on the movie. All of them had died." And so my mom, being the loving, encouraging soul that she was, looked into my big water-filled eyes and said, "Next time, you need to say, 'Hey, y'all, I'm talking about this movie, okay? Before you get into our conversation. All right, baby? That's my story for this holiday season. Just remembering my mom and my dad and the laughter that filled our homes. And I continue to laugh with my children and my husband today and all of my friends and family, both near and far, during this season. I love you, and I hope that you guys come together with your families this season, love on them, and talk about the good times that you had with the ones that are no longer with us. Merry Christmas, everyone.